I think I have decided,
Quite
Solus,
necessary
that I'm
for
gonna
creating
play
weapons.
that Kina Bridge of Spirits. I'll probably start at the weekend after next, unless somehow I finish this quicker than I think. Um, but man, I was watching a video of it, like the first 15 minutes of the game. That is one beautiful game. It looks like Pixar made it. This is a pain. Why can't this
All
Zoogle
right.
stand still? Perhaps it's time to deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. I think we already know how to use your stuff, dude, but okay.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
Prepare to be
Hindir, when fast enemies like wolves or monkeys appear, send in Dolahim. His boost attack will nullify their evasion abilities to keep them from dodging attacks.
in a bind. Say no more. Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Oh, yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the
Oh.
remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine this sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Crocodile Crusher. Ages ago, this worn down hammer was used to beat back crocodiles. Those skilled enough to dual wield with it were lauded as champions. An artifact. Okay, artifacts confer special effects simply by having them. Some which serve as bonuses that can be enjoyed, but after clearing the game, you can toggle them on and off. Alright, art. Ooh, I have additional art panels. Now select 6 additional arts. Press Y on the art screen to simply switch between panels. Arts that are set to the second panel can be executed by pressing. Okay. Let's see how that works.
That
Okay, alright. Oh, I don't want to go to him. I want to go to him. Oh. Trying to find things that I can use that are... different abilities. I don't think I'll be using these that much. What is this? Art set +1. Okay.
I know fine
All right.
weapon material when I see it.
All right, let's
Visibility
go.
along this path will remain
You been playing
limited for some
anything
time.
new,
Take care not
Solus?
to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
I won't forgive you!
Way to go!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that. Theon, astral energy, full throttle!
My turn! Here I come!
In here!
No one gets by me!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself
No, but soon New World. Yep, I am looking into that. I still don't. I own it, right? So I definitely will want to play it. I just don't know if I'm gonna stream it yet. When does it come out? Is it next week or this week? I think I hear a maintenance person coming to do these.
This one's mine! I'm not so good with airborne targets.
look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! See that? That training's paying off!
September 28th.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
So a week from today.
It's so hilly around here.
Give
I
me
can feel my
1
feet
second,
getting
guys.
blisters.
Yay! I don't have to hear it beeping any longer.
For you, it can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
It comes a week from today.
Then?
Oh yeah, we used to run up and down these slopes all the time.
Do you have a streamer or a server you're gonna play on, Solus? I figure I will try to join the one that at least has most of them on it, right? Most of the bigger ones.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then. Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
It is shiny.
No holding back.
This will be a piece of cake.
Hey, Miss Village, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day.
Just have to make sure we keep it. Don't worry, 'cause
was cool. You're gonna be joining Katie's Alliance? Okay, on Eden server. Gotcha. Do you know if that is an Eastern or a Western server? Hey, Jeans. Didn't expect to run into you here. Ooh. James, we were just talking about the New World. Are you getting interested in playing that, or? Maybe if I can play it for more than a month, if it's worth the price tag. Yeah, I had already got it. I think I got it last year when I thought it was going to be something special.
Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
Let's see. So I've got it, I might as well play it. What did I pick up there? I didn't see. Stonewall Mantle. It depends on what you want to get out of it. Yeah, I don't know what I want to get out of it. It's the problem. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to, like, what I want to play. Like, what I enjoyed out of the beta more than anything was the big battles. I didn't really care much for anything else. So that kind of makes me think I have to join a big server just to enjoy the game. I don't know if I want to play it that much. I will probably play it at launch, like right at launch if I can. I may not play it on stream. I hope they work a little better than they did in the beta. Felt like bigger companies were kind of punished. But that's also the whole point of playing, right? So we'll have to see how it goes. But it may be something I just play off stream occasionally.
Not bad. No complaints here.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So,
Okay, so this is an extra place for like loot.
Indeed. If you look across this mountain,
It is ambitious. I kind of like the combat as well. Combat was kind of fun for a while. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't get stale. I enjoyed the dungeon portion of it. Were you able to play that at all during the beta? Yes, Guild Wars 2. Like, even a more action-oriented version of that, right?
hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Let's heal this person. So I'm hoping it just doesn't get stale after a while. Like, I felt like while it was really good, it didn't really have a lot of variety. But I'm hoping that the more creatures you face, it'll like force you to use different weapons. And it's not that I have the same, you know, just level the same weapon up from level 1 to max level, and that's all I ever use. I'm hoping it forces me to use more. So we'll see how that works. But the dungeon that was in there I thought was really fun.
Like it could be worth something.
You think it'll do well, but I think it's going to fade into a niche very quickly. I agree with you. But if it finds the right niche, right? So Eden server, let me know if that's what you end up on, Solus, because I don't really have people to play with, and I would like to. I was trying to see where everybody's at. It's my least favorite thing about MMOs is that you're stuck not being able to play with friends, depending on the servers. And I understand a game like this, you kind of need to have the correct servers, so people can't, because you're vying for like your server's superiority. Yeah, Albion Online, EVE Online. I agree with you there, James. They found their niche pretty well. I actually even found myself just getting on, listening to like podcasts or watching a show and just farming, like chopping down trees, mining.
Well then.
So that at least has a hook that I like. I just don't know how long I'd like that hook. A mage coat. Nice.
Thus our strength yet grows.
Look like I have got the fast travel there. You know, the game James, the MMO that I love the most that utilized player economies was
What is it you see exactly?
Star Wars Galaxies Online. I don't know if you ever played that, but that was, to this day, that's one of my favorite MMOs ever. RuneScape, another good one. Can't believe that's still actually going as well as it is. Yeah, I'm sure it was. They tried their best to I think I must have wanted to go back, that I didn't want to go that way. So we'll explore the other areas. But the thing I loved about Star Wars Galaxies, right, was you had player-made cities that would make their own shops. And, I mean, you could have people come in and raid you, but it didn't, like, really destroy your city at all. It just would have inconvenienced people going that way.
Guess I misread the land.
So that was pretty fun. One of my favorite gaming stories is actually from Star Wars Galaxies. And I feel bad for the guy that this happened to, but not like entirely. You know, it's the risk reward that you do. But it was really hard to be a Jedi in that game. You would there were so many different combinations of your classes that you could make, and to unlock a Jedi class on your server for yourself, you had to find the combination and level it to its max. And just doing that was really, really hard. But I mean, we're talking probably 100 different ways to level up, like different combos. I think you had to find the right 3 for your character, and you didn't know what they were. Now later what they did to make it a little easier was you could find very rare drops that were like Jedi holocrons or Sith holocrons, and they would tell you what you need, like one of the classes that you needed to completely master, and like the tree that you needed to do it with. And I was in college. I was able to unlock mine. And you don't always know that you unlock it. It can take like up to a month after you unlock it. But an NPC would randomly find you out in the middle of nowhere, and he would give you like a quest. And once you completed that quest, you could unlock Jedi on your class creation. And the way that Jedi worked was if you leveled him up, he could be killed, and it was permadeath for that character. It was not permadeath for your Jedi. But what ended up happening a lot of times, like if you use your abilities out in public, the game would like see that like it basically would spread a story out around that there's a Jedi, and you could like show up on bounty hunter boards. Like real people that were bounty hunters could get one to come get you and try to kill you, right? And you would just permadeath your character. And I did that for a little while and just didn't enjoy it. And those Jedi accounts were selling for like thousands of dollars. And so I sold my account for just over $1,500. And a week later, they stealth launched Galaxies 2.0 or whatever it was called, to where anybody could start off as a Jedi. And the way the other classes worked were really different. And I mean, that guy called me, or not called me, but emailed me, I can't tell you how many times after that happened, wanting his money back. I'm like, no, dude, that's not how things work. I feel really bad for you. Like, that was back when games didn't, like, announce big changes, right? So they literally just stealth dropped a brand new system.
So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term.
And yeah, I felt kind of bad, but I was in college. I needed that money.
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be.
But I still really enjoyed that game. I was part of a
In that case, I'll just have to make sure
Rebels guild. There was only one way to get to our planet. You had to go through Coruscant. And our guild like would have people stationed, like your day of the week, this is your time that you had to go and play patrol in front of the space station. You were trying to make sure that you could send a message back to everybody on your planet that, hey, it looks like there's a huge raid gathering to come to our planet to destroy you. And it was kind of fun. You would just sit there, and there really wasn't NPCs. Like, Most of the people you saw in the cities were actual PCs.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
And so you would kind of just have
I
to
wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard.
blend
Believe
in
it or
if
not,
you were stationed as a
I'm
guard.
not sure I even know myself all that well.
It was pretty cool. Alright, let's listen to this one before.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh and
It was really awesome.
That's not being frank, that's being an... Forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
There's
What do you want us
probably
to
only
do?
a
We were slaves.
few
We never got
thousand
to learn
people
how
that
to be
actually
proper
played
like
it
you.
a lot
Yeah,
at that
what do you say?
time.
Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
At least is what it seemed
Perhaps,
like.
but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yama in a
It's fair
East.
to hold us to some
I'm gonna make a
understood
note of that,
standards.
Solus. I'm gonna look
Exactly.
around and see where everybody
We've
else
gotta
is
remember
going.
what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I don't
I
plan to
concede
have a
that you
guild
do
of my
indeed make a valid
own.
point. It
So
would
I will
appear
be
from
joining
my
somebody
espousing
else's.
the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
It's a strange character to introduce to this game. He just doesn't seem likable. Oh, maybe this was the way I was supposed to go.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare
Tales
the
of
time. As close
Arise?
as we need to be.
It's a Yeah,
Mahasar's capital
JRPG.
is our destination right now.
But if
uh,
one of us collapses,
Bandai
it will
game.
only serve to slow us down.
It's just the new
And
game in the
your case,
Tales
Alfred
series.
is the
They've
only one who could carry you. Best
tons
for us
of
to find an opportunity.
these,
Enough already.
mainly anime style. This one's the first one that kind of went full anime, like
I can't believe you
action
fretted over
combat.
me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
So you have your weird JRPG dialogues and character that are normally here, right? Oh, hey, here's that guy again. We haven't seen him in a while.
Been looking for you. For me? Why?
Oh. Yep. Yes, Tales of Symphonia. This is just a new version of it.
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious